Wow, the garlic's doing really well. I wonder what these little weeds are. Maybe they're gonna be flowers. And the sage, it's looking a little wilty. But we got a lot of green leaves on the strawberries still. Gotta take my Christmas lights down, but I'm getting outvoted in the house. Everybody likes them on. It's like a beacon in the night, looking up and seeing the Christmas lights on the railing. So I might have to wait a little longer before I get allowed to take them down, even though everybody else in the neighborhood has their Christmas lights down. Anyway, here's the thyme has just exploded. Here's a basil. This is my basil bed from last year. Looks like there's a strawberry coming up in it. And the oregano's holding on. I don't know what I had planted in here. It's kind of, there's little seedlings. Hopefully not the great mint takeover. But I didn't cut my mint back. That's that spindly plant over here. Let's go around this way. Hey, what's that? Purslane, maybe? Not sure. Here's some thyme. Oh, there's a little elfin thyme. It sort of moved. I think somebody's been digging. This is a tomato volunteer. I had cucumbers in these beds. That looks like this was a spinach plant that maybe somebody dug up a little bit. I planted some spinach in this bed and it was just full up with bachelor buttons. So anyway, this is my mint. You can see down the bottom it's still got plenty of life in it. But I didn't cut it back and I let it flower. So I'm gonna be overrun with mint babies, I think. And this is oregano getting tangled up in some more bachelor buttons. Parsley limping along, poor thing. Tortured parsley. I had it. It was great about a year ago, and then last winter I brought it in to the house to overwinter so it didn't die. And it didn't die, but it almost died, and it's just never really come back. Maybe because it's in the shadow of the world's best rosemary plant. I challenge you to prove me wrong. This one smells so good, tastes so good. It's the best rosemary plant I've ever had. So here's what's left of the bean trellis. I planted some lettuce at the bottom, which is growing, shockingly. It's really cold. The arugula is still growing. Looks like somebody tried to dig a hole in it. Squirrel problems. Need some help with that. The onions look like they're bulbing out, sort of. But I've never grown onions before, and these were green onions that a neighbor put in their compost. They were still like wrapped in the rubber band, and so I stuck them in water. They were just a little wilty, and they put out roots, and then I brought them up here and stuck them in this bed, and they grew all summer last year, and they never flopped over. I looked it up. I guess they're supposed to flop over, and then you pull them and dry them, and they never flopped over, so I've just left them here, and maybe in the spring, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe next fall. When are they going to flop over? These things are probably going to be huge. But this was a bed of lettuce, and it seeded some lettuce down here in the green roof growing media. There's some here. So lettuce all year. It grows really slowly. Maybe that's my problem. Do I have a problem? I don't think I have a problem. Maybe my hair. That's about it. That's the rest over there. Aster? I don't know what that flower is. It's an aster. And then there's weeds. This is all kind of dug up by doves. There was a dove family. That's a purple cone flower going to seed. And the doves dug all this up, I think, to get Japanese beetles which were infesting the street tree that used to be on the other side of that. On the other side of my railing there in the sidewalk, there was a street tree that had to get cut down because it was full of beetles. And I saved the wood. It's down here in that pile down there. I was chopping that wood up when I was trying to figure out whether to quit my job or not. It was excellent. Chopping wood with an axe is an excellent thing to do. Anyway, continuing on with the tour, we've got some more garlic here. I don't know what that is, mugwort maybe? Some little lettuces coming up. Those funny looking things were collard greens. They still are. Had a couple of, had a 4th collard green plant and 4 cabbages, but only 1 cabbage survived the ravages of the birds. This is an eggplant. That's kale. And it is overwintering. That kale, I planted that kale early last year, I think. And here it goes, still going. Here's a drum with a broken pot in it. And tomatoes, whatnot. Got your lavender. Got your sage over here. And this is alpine strawberries gone wild and crazy. I love how they're coming out the sides of the planter. This is a crabapple tree. It's going to have a Honeycrisp apple branch or 2 grafted onto it. So we'll see how that does. And it's going to fill up this planter. I'm going to take it out of its pot and fill the planter with soil. I'm going to try this Gaia soil idea invented by Paul Mankiewicz. He's a green roof guru. And it's compost, 50% compost, 50% styrofoam mixed for lightness and depth. So I'm going to try that for this tree and see if the tree likes compost and styrofoam so that it doesn't join the upstairs apartment. Okay. Blueberry, another blueberry with a tomato that grew in it. And I guess that's it. It's occasionally snowing today. It's very cold. So this is a winter green roof tour. Signing off. Project Happy Life.